What if I told you that the next massive leap in artificial intelligence didn't come from OpenAI, Google, or Anthropic? Just days ago, a model dropped that completely shatters the rules of how we build AI. We're talking about a massive 1 trillion parameter open source model that is somehow faster, leaner, and smarter than models twice its size. It's called Yuan 3.0 Ultra, and it's sending absolute shockwaves through the entire AI industry. But here's the question nobody is asking. How did a relatively unknown lab manage to solve the overthinking problem that has been plaguing the biggest names in AI? And what does this mean for every company racing to build the next generation of intelligent agents? The answer involves a brand new training technique that has never been done before at this scale. And we're going to break it all down right now. If you have never heard of YuanLabsAI, you are not alone. And that is exactly the point. This is a research lab backed by Inspur, one of the largest server and AI infrastructure companies in the world, with deep roots in enterprise computing. Back in 2021, Inspur AI Research dropped Yuan 1.0, a 245 billion parameter model built specifically to master the complexity of the Chinese language. At the time, it outperformed GPT-3 on Chinese language benchmarks and was trained using fewer GPUs. That was their opening statement. Then came Yuan 2.0 and then Yuan 3.0 Flash, each iteration sharper, more efficient, and more focused. While the Western AI world was obsessed with chatbots and image generators, YuanLabs was quietly building something different, a precision engine for enterprise intelligence. And by enterprise, they mean big corporations. Deep document retrieval, complex table reasoning, multi-step agentic workflows. And now with Yuan 3.0 Ultra, they have arrived at the frontier and they brought 1 trillion parameters with them. Before we get into the insane technical specs, and trust me, you don't want to miss this, I need a quick favor. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on everything happening in AI, hit that like button right now, subscribe if you are new here, and share this video with someone who needs to know about this. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And if you want to support the channel directly, join us on Patreon. The link is right there in the description. Your support keeps the AI Guide independent and ad-free. All right, let's get into the tech. Okay, 1 trillion parameters. Let that sink in. Normally, a model that size requires a staggering amount of compute just to run, let alone train. And my viewers know training takes way more compute power. But Yuan 3.0 Ultra is built on a mixture of experts architecture, MoE, which means not all 1 trillion parameters fire at once. Only the relevant experts activate for each task. Think of it like a massive stadium full of specialists. Only the right team takes the field for each play. But here's where it gets genuinely groundbreaking. They started training this model at 1.5 trillion parameters. And then they did something no one has done before at this scale. They invented a new algorithm called Layer Adaptive Expert Pruning, LAEP. During the pre-training phase itself, LAEP actively identified the underperforming experts, the parts of the network that weren't contributing, and pruned them out in real time. The result? They slashed the total parameters by 33%, from 1.5 trillion down to 1 trillion, while simultaneously boosting pre-training efficiency by 49%. And the active parameter count when the model actually runs? Just 68.8 billion. Stunning. That's not just impressive, that is a paradigm shift in how we train large models. Remember at the start I mentioned they solved the overthinking problem? Here is how they did it. Modern reasoning models have a bad habit. Ask them a simple question and they will go down an endless chain of self-reflection. Wait, let me reconsider. Actually, on second thought, burning compute and wasting time before landing on an answer they already had. Yuan 3.0 Ultra uses a refined system called the Reflection Inhibition Reward Mechanism, RIRM. It is integrated into a fast-thinking reinforcement learning framework. The model is literally penalized during training if it keeps reflecting after it has already found the correct answer. It is trained to be concise by design. The result? A 16.33% gain in training accuracy and a 14.38% reduction in output token length. It gets to the right answer faster without the unnecessary fluff. That is a massive win for anyone deploying this in a production environment where latency and cost matter. So a couple of quick points. One is I have not seen this technology before from anyone else. And two, some models today charge by compute time, so this makes it cheaper. So how does it actually perform? The enterprise benchmarks are crazy. On DocMatrix, which tests multimodal retrieval, meaning the AI reads complex documents and images together, Yuan 3.0 Ultra scored 67.4%. GPT-5.2, 48.4%. That's a big gap. It's in a completely different league. On ChatRag, which tests long context retrieval, Yuan 3.0 Ultra scored 68.2%, beating Kimi K2.5 at 53.6%. On SumEval for text summarization, it scored 62.8%. Against Claude Opus 4.6, 49.9. Another big difference. And again, these are comparing to the top models in the world. And on Spider 1.0 for text to SQL, turning plain English into database queries, it leads the pack at 83.9%. Now, here's the bigger picture. This is a fully open source model. You can download it right now on Hugging Face and GitHub. Any developer, any startup, any enterprise can take this 1 trillion parameter engine and build on top of it. This is the moment the open source AI world stops playing catch up. In the enterprise domain, the domain that actually generates revenue for most AI companies, Yuan 3.0 Ultra is not just competitive, it's the leader. And that should be keeping some very senior people at very large AI companies up at night. Yuan 3.0 Ultra is proof that the era of bloated, inefficient AI models is ending. Efficiency, intelligent pruning, and targeted reasoning are the new frontier. And the fact that it is open source means this technology is now in the hands of everyone. But this raises a massive question that we're going to dig into in the future. How will OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic respond to a world where open source models are dominating the enterprise space? Why? Because they're cheaper, and that's just rational business decision making. There are already signals of a major architectural shift coming from the big players. And by the way, for enterprise customers, this means you can download it and have it in your own environment, and you're not using a public database, which is critical to protect your trade secrets. So we'll see how the big companies respond in future videos. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it and hit that notification bell. Also, please support us on Patreon. Your small dollar monthly contribution of $5 $2, or even $1 makes a big difference for the channel. All sources and links are in the description below. Thanks for watching the AI Guide. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.